For BWYellowJackets.com, I'm Brendan Gulick, here with head men's tennis coach Brian Rector. We get ready for the 2018-2019 men's tennis season, which starts this weekend on the road. They'll be at two different schools, at Grove City and at Penn State Behrend, as the Yellow Jackets kick off the fall campaign. Of course, it's a split season between the fall and the spring, but very much looking forward to seeing BW get back out there and compete. Brian, first of all, how was the summer, and what are you most looking forward to this fall?
Thanks, Brendan. Yeah, summer was great. Went obviously by too quickly, but got a chance to compete myself this summer, so I'm ready to get back and work with the new freshmen. We do have a little larger team this year. Last year we only had 7. This year we have 5 new players, 4 freshmen and a new junior. So really excited to get them acclimated to the program, and we've got a busy fall to try to help do that.
Basically competing every September, or I should say every weekend in September until the end of the month, and then at that point the weather usually stops cooperating, so nothing on the schedule beyond that. But it concludes with a great opportunity in the ITA Central Region Championships. Those will be in St. Louis, hosted by Wash U. Obviously that seems like the focal point of the fall schedule, but how do you try to build up for an event like that?
Yeah, great opportunity. We're playing where the Davis Cup was founded, so for the tennis folks out there, that's a big deal internationally. What we're doing this year is we've got the busiest fall we've ever had. 4 dual matches, a pre-tournament over at Oberlin, and that all leads up to the ITAs in St. Louis. So need to get the freshmen acclimated to college tennis. I think we do that. I think the busy fall will help do that this year.
Let's talk about your roster a little bit. Dominic Polifrone, a senior now. Hard to imagine that it's already his senior year because he's been competing so well for several years. But I would imagine he's going to anchor your team. In terms of his leadership, what are you looking from him?
Yeah, Dominic definitely is the true leader of the team. Actually, we've got 3 captains this year, so he's going to help transfer some of that knowledge and experience to the younger captains. Dominic, I think, is a self-motivated gentleman. He set out a goal last year not to be the best player in the conference, but to lead the best team. And I think as a result of that, he became the best player in the conference, just putting that weight on his shoulders. So it was really nice to see. I expect the bar's been raised for him. I expect nothing less this year, and he's already excited and trying to acclimate again the 5 new team members to Baldwin Wallace family.
Love the effort from Jake Elbin as well. Jake's a 2-sport athlete, and that's super difficult at the college level, no matter what 2 sports that you're playing. How do you work with someone who wants to play multiple varsity sports?
Well, that makes it easy. The key there is he wants to. So BW's been a phenomenal, from a family perspective, working with Coach Heil and the basketball team. We've already talked and set our schedules to allow that to happen. So it's a great opportunity for any student athlete that wants to do it, but the key is they have to want to and put in the work, because it is definitely difficult with 2 sports. With tennis and basketball, there's maybe 3 weeks of overlap, so it's not too difficult.
How about from the underclassmen perspective? You mentioned you've got several new faces coming in, and obviously guys that would like to try and compete for spots right away.
Right. 4 freshmen, first-time junior. They've already been out working very, very hard. I think 2 of the freshmen have kind of bubbled up and may see some starting time this weekend. So really the fall for us is to get the freshmen acclimated. They can play in these tournaments, play in the dual matches that aren't conference related, but they can kind of make that transition. So when we get to the spring and the meat of the schedule, they're already ready to go, and kind of the freshman legs have been removed, if you will.
Before we let you go, the fact that tennis is a split schedule, and you basically don't compete from the end of September until I believe February 10th is your first meet in the springtime. How do you try to keep guys somewhat mentally engaged, and obviously the weight training and the that part of it, I assume they're doing and you guys are doing as a team, but in terms of not being able to compete for several months, how do you keep guys engaged?
Yeah, that's a very good point. The reason that we do split it is to give them that little taste in the fall, especially the freshmen, and kind of see what it's like. Maybe the college transition isn't as great as they thought it was, and they kind of see what's out there and where they need to improve to get to a level that they want to get to. Really, the best part of that is the captains. This year we've got 3. They kind of lead the show on the off seasons, because obviously coaches were not allowed to have contact with the players. But we've got tri-captains this year. Jake Elbin, you mentioned before, is one of the new captains, so he's very excited to add that cap to his belt. But yeah, definitely off season. They'll be getting involved in some of their own tournaments, but it's really captain driven and self motivated, and a good fall season kind of spurs that on.
We're very much looking forward to following the Yellow Jackets throughout the course of the fall. Anything you need to know, it's right here on BWYellowJackets.com.